International standards. Before your eyes glaze over on this one because you say, well, we don't really work with any international clients, let me explain one of the reasons why IFRS is so important to every firm. Any firm that does financial statements, this is important. Why? Number one, besides it being the biggest re-education in the history of the profession as far as new standards, what it really means is, though, for the first time ever, CPAs who do private companies are going to have their own set of standards for private companies. And we've talked about years. I use a term which is really out of flavor by a lot of people, but it's called big gap, little gap over the years. But what's really going to happen now is there's going to finally be standards set for private companies who choose to use them. And they will be GAAP. So they will no longer be doing OCBOA statements, other comprehensive basis. What you'll have is GAAP statements which are set for private companies who choose to use them. Now, as I talked earlier about a little bit about what the G20 was doing, the G20 and the FAS, this is one of the projects that came out of G20, believe it or not, and what's happening is as we move towards the IFRS, and no one knows the date. There's been some good pickup in the last week now that the new chief accountant's been appointed at the SEC. Once Cox got his legs chopped off last year by McCain when he said I would fire him, Cox lost all credibility. He had the IFRS roadmap laid out. Everything was progressing for about a 2014, 2013, actually some implementation in 2011 and 12. The reality is it stopped. It's been dead. Chairman Shapiro certainly wasn't high on her list of things to get done because she's unlike Cox, who was market-driven, she's enforcement-driven, rightfully so. She is focused clearly on those areas. This is just now that the chief accountant's been appointed and no longer the interim accountant. We now are seeing the roadmap to IFRS starting to redevelop. Best guess 2014, 2015 will be full implementation. Clearly, the survey we have shows that no one's, I won't say no one, but virtually no one's ready. Certainly a great percentage of people are not ready for IFRS. This gives us time for the re-education. Our website, ifrs.com, offers you tremendous. You can sign up to the newsletter just like you get the CPA Daily newsletter if you get that. You can also get your IFRS update, which comes out about once every 2 to 3 weeks.